Hello everyone, welcome back to Spice Channel TV. So recently, Governor Fubara, the Rivers governor, cancelled a 134 billion contract awarded by the former sole administrator, Vice Admiral Ibas, for the reconstruction of the State Secretariat complex in Port Harcourt. And he did not end there. Fubara directed the company that the contract was awarded to, the China Civil Engineering Construction Corporation, that they should refund 20 billion out of that money. So following the cancellation, the Rivers government told them to refund 20 billion mobilization fee that was already paid for the project. And in addition, the Rivers government approved the formation of a 6-member committee chaired by the Deputy Governor, Professor Ngozi Odu, to assess and recommend suitable locations for the construction of computer-based test centers across the state to support external examinations. The Rivers Council also tasked the State Flood Control Committee, also headed by the Deputy Governor Ngozi Odu, to take urgent steps to mitigate flooding in affected areas, urging residents to refrain from blocking drainage channels. Now, we know that before now, the leadership of the former sole administrator, Ibas, received over 400 and something billion during his tenure when he was in charge. And the payment was made to the state by the Federal Accounts Allocation Committee. And when Ibas assumed office, the Nigerian government also released the 36.6 billion naira that was meant for the local governments, because they were holding that money for about 2 months because the Rivers local governments, they were having issues, so they hoarded that money and released that 2 months money to him. And the funds represented allocations for January and February 2025 for all the 23 local government areas in Rivers State, which was withheld and not released to, Governor Fubara. Now, according to the breakdown based on official figures published on the website of the Accountant General of the Federation and the National Bureau of Statistics in August, the local government areas in the state received the sum of 19.2 billion, while the state received 41.6 billion. And the amount received in July stood at 18.8 billion for all local government areas, while the state received 39 billion. And then in June, the state received 42.3 billion, while all the local governments got 18.8 billion. And then in May 2025, the state received a whooping sum of 42.4 billion, while local government got 16.6 billion. The money that was disbursed for April stood for 44.4 billion for the state and 19.4 billion for the local government. So if you want to calculate this total sum of money, Ibas has received over 400 and something billion naira, as while he was serving as the Rivers sole administrator. What did he use that money for? What did he use those monies for? So kudos to Governor Fubara for, cancelling this contract that was awarded by Ibas, because I'm sure Governor Fubara cancelled the contract because obviously there was fraud involved in it. And the project, is not supposed to amount to that particular figure. Imagine spending the sum of 13.4 billion naira to renovate a section of the secretariat that was burnt down, that caught fire some time ago. So all the money that was allocated to Rivers people under Ibas, what did the former sole administrator, what did he use that money for? I thought by now maybe the EFCC would be probing that man for the money he spent and how he spent Rivers' money. So this is just it, my country people. Now, Governor Fubara has nullified it due to, the irregularities, and in fact, there were no specific details to this particular project. There were no specific details to this particular project. So Governor Fubara don't just say the 20 billion where they pay, the gas refund that money. Now that 20 billion naira covers only the mobilization fee that was disbursed to the CCECC company, construction company. So they must refund that money back to Governor Fubara, to the Rivers government. Kudos to Governor Fubara for looking into this. I'm sure a lot of frauds have been going on under this Ibas administration, and they'll just cover it up because he has someone at the top that is covering all his dirty deeds. Tell me why a renovation of a section of the Rivers State Secretariat would cost 134 billion naira just for renovation. What is he using that amount of money to do? This is the kind of things we see in this country, and people easily get away with this. People easily get away with this. So this is just it. Governor Fubara is acting on his own accord. Some people may say, well, maybe it is Nyesom Wike's directive. I don't think this is Nyesom Wike's directive. Governor Fubara, as of now, he is in full control of a River State. There is no one pushing him. There is no one pressing his buttons, be it Wike or Governor Fubara. He is in charge fully. Ibas just milked River State. He milked Rivers people dry, and he left with Rivers people's money. I really hope they would probe that man. No? I really hope they would probe that man seriously, because I'm sure they are going to find a whole lot of skeletons in his pocket, in his cupboard. They are going to find a lot of skeletons in his cupboard. Imagine what's going on right under our noses. Imagine, even the ones we don't know, how is it going to be like? That was how Governor Fubara was complaining some time ago, some few days back, regarding the project that was awarded to a company. And they, in fact, till date, they did not finish that project. When he went to inspect the project, he was quite disappointed. And he told the contractor that he was disappointed and gave him an ultimatum that he must complete that project within a month's time. Else, he's going to, revoke the contract from his hand. He gave him an ultimatum. What sort of, issues is all of this? So my country people, what are your thoughts on this? I'm dropping here. Kindly share in the comment section. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. Thank you. Bye for now.